Alright everyone, Nick here from Super Cheap CPAP, and today I'm going to be doing a little video on how to change some of the settings with the Fisher & Paykel icon. And this is actually what we call an Icon Plus, which is their second generation icon. But if you've got an icon, you can also follow along because it's pretty much the same when it comes to the menu. Alright, so on the screen currently we don't have a whole lot of information, it just says Fisher & Paykel. And with this machine we've actually got what we call a button and more of a click wheel. So the button in the middle is you can press in and out, okay, in and out. You see that? And the wheel on the outside you can actually turn around. Okay, so it's a nifty kind of little interface. It's nice and it feels really nice, okay, to use. It's nice and easy to turn, and the button's also nice and easy to press. So what we're going to look at first is how to change the humidification settings, because this is one of the more important things, and this one here is pretty basic. What we're going to do is we're just going to grab this click wheel sort of thing, this turn wheel, and just turn it one to the right, and you'll see there's a little thermostat and a number 4. Now this actual machine has 21 levels of humidification. All right, that's a lot of levels. The higher you go, the more moisture is going to be in the air. So what I'm going to show you is, at the moment this says number 4, all right, and if I click this button in, you can see it starts flashing, and I can actually change this by turning the wheel. All right, I can go right down to 0, which is off, or right up to 7, which is maximum. Now what I can also do is, if I press and hold this button in again, sorry, I stopped that up. I'm just going to lock in a number here, so 5. Okay. If I press and hold this button in now, you can see it's flashing number 2. Alright, so think of this as, at the moment we're at 2.5. I can go back to 1, and now I'm at 1.5, which is a lower level of humidification. So what you can do is, you can, if you're finding that you're most people will be happy, more than happy in the level 2 category, so it'll be level 2.5, level 2.4, level 2.3, and so on. But if you're finding that you get to 7 and you're still dry in the throat, you might just want to get to 7 and then click and hold it. Go up to level 3, click it, and now you want to start at level 3.1 and then work your way up each night to, and so on, until you're satisfied that you've got enough enough moisture in the air to keep you nice and lubricated throughout the night. If you're finding that there's too much moisture in the air, you're getting a lot of condensation, a lot of water build up in the tube and mask, then you might want to try bringing that down a little bit. Okay, so you might want to bring that down to level 1. That's 1. So now we're at 1.2. Alright, so that's a little bit tricky, that one. I think most of you will find that you'll be quite happy on level 2. So you can just play around in the between 2.1 and 2.7, but be aware that you can go up to 3, 3.1, 3.2, right up to 3.7 if you need it, and you can also drop it back down. So 21 levels of humidification. So that's nice and easy to do. And once we've changed it, we don't need to save it or anything like that. Once it's saved, okay, it'll just save by itself. All right. So the next one we go along here. This is if you want an alarm on. So you can, if you go to the next one, you can actually have it so it's an alarm. It's up to you if you want to do this. I'm not really going to go into this sort of alarm stuff. It's not really, it's quite easy to figure out yourself. You've got the alarm there, which you can switch on. It comes with a tick if it's on, or X if it's off, and then you've got your alarm time there. So 3:25, you can change that. Whoever that person is, that's quite an early wake-up call. And then you've got the alarm volume, which is 3. So, and this is the time of the actual machine set to. Okay, so just working down here, you can see on the side here that as I rotate down, the different dots get highlighted. So keep going down. That's the brightness level. Change the brightness level, so I'll have it up nice and high for this little episode. This one's important. So just down the bottom here, you'll see a little sort of little squiggly line. That's looks like a little graph or a chart. That's all your sleep data. So like most machines, you can actually check out your sleep data on the screen, which is pretty handy. So in the morning you can wake up, and if you rotate down to this one, you can actually click this button and it will take you through. It'll open up a whole new set of numbers here, and it'll take you through all different aspects of your sleep data. So I'm just going to go through some of them here with you. Okay, this is this one here is a 30-day. It says 30, and it's got a little moon next to it. So that's 30 days there, and the average is 7.9 hours per night. Very good usage for this individual. Okay, if I click that button in, it changes to a 7-day average, which is 8.1, and last night was 8.3. Okay, so 30, 7, and 1. So if you wanted to check your last night's data, that was 8.3 hours. If I go down one more, this here is percentage of nights over 4 hours. So 90% of the last 30 days have been over 4 hours. So it's very good compliance again. I'll keep going down here. We don't need that. Don't need that. Get down to the AHI where it says AHI. So just down at this one here. This is the most important ones. This is how many apnea events you're having per hour. Apnea hypopnea index. Okay, 2 is an excellent result. Anything less than 5 is an excellent result. If you're between 5 and 10, you know, you might just need some fine tuning with your therapy. If you're above 10, you know, you really need to make some adjustments to your CPAP therapy there, whether it be increasing the CPAP pressure or just I can show you how to do that in another video. But that's cool to be able to check. You know, the 30-day average there is 2.0, which is a great result. If I click it, it gives me a 7-day average, which is 0.8, which is ridiculously good, and last night 0.6, which is fantastic. So very low apnea hypopnea index. Rotate 1 to the middle there again. This is the leak rates. Okay, 18 is a brilliant result. You know, you probably want to be less than 60 with the liters per minute of leak. You know, anything more than that, and you probably need to adjust your mask a bit. This one here, just one more to the down here, 4.5, 90th percentile. So that's what we call the 90th percentile pressure. That's telling us that 90% of the night the machine is not going above 4.5. So this individual only needs a very low amount of pressure to control their sleep apnea. The machine can go up to 20. So 4.5 is quite low, but this is a really good number to know because it just gives you an idea of what the machine's doing, you know, where it's below 90% of the night, and it gives you an idea, especially if you want to change to what we call fixed pressure therapy or CPAP therapy, continuous positive airway pressure, you know, fixed at one set level. We can fix it around this sort of level, maybe 4.5 or 5, and we know that that's going to be able to control 90% of our sleep apnea, which is a good amount. Obviously, 100% is brilliant. But if we're getting 90% of it, you know, the body's going to be getting a good night's sleep, and that's going to be enough to make us feel quite good in the morning. And then we've got what we call our sensor wake, which is the last one. That's how many times an hour the machine's picking up that you're waking up through the night, okay? And this person is 0. So excellent results coming through on this particular one. So there's just a few of the ones there. I missed out on one. You don't really need to worry about the key or this one here. This is how many nights it's been used. 229. Right, you don't need to worry about those ones there, but that just gives you an idea so you can check out your own sleep data and have a look at some of your averages, and it'll just give you an idea as to how your therapy is going. So I'm just going to rotate the dial right back up to the back, right up to the top 12 o'clock, and click the button to get out of that one now, which is taking me back to the home sort of screen with the home ones there. I'm going to go one further. So this is sensor wake, right there at the 6 o'clock mark. It says sensor wake. I'm going to if you click it, you can either have it off or on. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, now sensor wake basically monitors you throughout the night, and if you're using an automatic machine or a fixed pressure machine, if the machine determines that you've woken up, it will drop the pressure by a set amount to help you get back to sleep. Okay, it's a really nifty feature, sensor wake, and something that makes these machines very cool.
And then the last one is like a setting. It comes up with like a little spanner there. So if we click on that there, we can turn airplane mode on or off. So if we're going on a flight, we can click that, turn that on. Now that just means that the machine uses less power, so you can use it with batteries and things like that. Alright, so we want that off. It cuts out power to the humidifier and the heated tube. So if we're using it at home, we want airplane mode definitely off. Alright, and then if I just rotate one here, you can see what I'm doing there. It says 4 centimeters, HPA centimeters H2O with a tick. That's what the actual screen is going to show when it's in use. So if we turn that off, it's going to show the time. If we turn that on, it will show the pressure. So if you want to use this as a clock, you switch that off and have the clock on. If you want to just see what pressure your machine's doing, you can turn the pressure on there. So I'll keep the pressure on. Right. So I'm just going to rotate back now all the way up to the top. Click back. And now we're back to the start. So now to turn the machine on, get the therapy coming through. We've checked out all our settings there. Everything looks great. We just hit the button there. Machine will start spinning around. Now this is quite close, so you get an idea of the sound of this machine now. Right. So that machine's running at the moment. And you can see there it's running at 4 centimeters, which is the base level, the lower limit of this automatic machine. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. It's a very simple tutorial just on the basic settings. The next tutorial we do is going to be on clinical settings, so you can get in there and change things like this therapy mode, so between automatic and CPAP. You can change things like pressures, RAM features and other things like that. So please like the video if you've enjoyed it. Also check out our website supercheapcpap.com.au, where we have fantastic prices. There's also a great little chat feature where you can talk to CPAP consultants free of charge all day long. So if you're looking for a CPAP machine, or perhaps you've got a CPAP machine and have some questions, jump online, check it all out. We're about to start a forum just to get everyone involved in the therapy. All the best. Hope you're getting a good night's sleep, and I hope we can help you out. Cheers. Bye.